Hi there, welcome. Thank you for being here today. We're going to do a love reading, get you a little clarity on what's happening in Loveland. See what resonates. If it doesn't feel like it's your message, it's for somebody else. Always use your own discernment and trust that inner divine guidance that is in you, and try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition. So your decisions are sound and based in love for the highest and greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's begin. I feel really called to do this reading today, and I can't quite put my finger on what the energy is I feel. So let's dive on in and see what comes through. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels, and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. Let's use this clarifying love situations as the foundation, and we'll dive deeper. So what would be overall helpful to know as the foundation to the situation going on right now around the collective, connected to, oh, okay, that's why I can't put a finger on what's going on. You probably don't know what's going on either. So for most of you, if you resonate right now with being ghosted, this is probably your reading. I'm going to continue. There might be some extra layers here, but there's somebody who's giving very little, if any, communication. If somebody is ghosting someone else, it's because they don't know what to say. They're not ready to speak up. They're not addressing the truth. They don't know what it is they feel. This could be a repeating pattern that somebody has. Sometimes this is someone who doesn't take much responsibility, and sometimes it's actually somebody who feels a lot, and they're almost protecting themselves from connecting to how their actions affect someone else, probably you. And if they don't see you cry, then maybe they don't know they hurt you so bad, even though they probably know that they really hurt you. It's like they think it's going to be easier to just not address the situation. Now, if for some of you, this is just somebody you went on a couple of dates with, and you don't really know them so well, and you met, you know, through a dating app or something like that. You had a couple of connections, but, you know, you weren't talking about getting married on date 2. Then it is possible this is a ghosting situation, but it's not so big of a deal for you. You're like, well, on to the next, or guess that didn't work out. If somebody is not texting you back or not picking up the phone, it is not because they are too busy. It can be because they're going through another situation, or they're stressed out, or there's something going on in their life, their family, their job. But if somebody wants to talk to you, then they will call you. So I feel like even if for some of you this hurts a lot, wait for them, you know, to contact you. And then if communication does come in, because we will definitely clarify that, respond accordingly. You know, play it by ear, no pun intended. It says, not returning calls or texts, disappearing act, cold behavior, running away, and not talking. If this is a runner, that could be a pattern. This could be an avoidant. This could be somebody who's ghosting because they started to feel attached, or they started to get pretty big feels. And sometimes that freaks some people out, especially if those feels for some of you are deeper than something they felt before. Sometimes people need to go away to process what is happening, and they go kind of robotic. But if somebody just needs space, give them space. But if this is somebody you're really hurting from, and communication does come back in, you need to address some proper boundaries on what is healthy for you from whenever that communication begins, and if there is a future about what would be healthy in the future. Like, dude, you need to go away for 2 weeks. It's cool. Just tell me. Doing something right now, or feeling a little weird about the old convo, and I'm gonna probably take a little break. I'll go away and I'll call you when I'm ready. Just something, because I do feel like this person didn't give you much of anything as far as an explanation goes. And for some of you, if this is a ghost that's gone, then this is something you are going to learn from. Set boundaries for yourself because of, recognize how valuable your time is, you know, how amazing your heart is. So if there is a new person that comes in soon or in the future, then maybe that's the person you have a clear, realistic conversation on what is healthy for you. You know, if communication is important for you, then if something starts to get kind of serious, then have a conversation about a conversation. I hope that made sense. It does look like, for some of you, this happened like almost like pulling the rug out from under you. You didn't expect this to happen. It really threw you off. But for most of you, this energy here is somebody coming back. Like a ghost just appears back in your life. This is somebody that, for a lot of you, you didn't think would ever call you back. So for this group, I feel like it's been a while. I just thought of that song by Stained. I couldn't hold my head up high. It's been a while. And I said, I'm sorry. That one, I really like that song. So maybe it has been a while. Maybe somebody was even suffering in silence. Whether that pertains to the situation that happened with you, or what they went through without you, or even something in general in their life. For some of you, this might not be a ghost that comes back from the past. This might be an unexpected new person out of nowhere that comes into your life. It's something that you're not going to expect, but we're going to take a peek and get a little nosy at what that is. When you least expect it, unplanned, swift, totally random. For some of you, I do feel like you might connect to a ghost from the past, but not somebody that ghosted you. Just somebody from your past you really haven't seen in a long time. Because it says random, and I kind of feel like I can hear a conversation going on. You're calling someone up. You're like, yo, you know who I saw? It was the most random thing. And I do feel like there's somebody you're going to catch up with. That could be anybody from your past. Unplanned. I also feel like for some of you, you're going to receive a spontaneous invitation to go out, to meet up. Somebody even wanting to come over and bring pizza, something like that. And for some of you, I feel like you might like connect to somebody when you're with a friend group. So maybe at like a house party or something like that, or you're out with your friends, or you're out alone and you see a friend and your friend has a friend, something like that. You really just get along. I also feel like some of you might get communication where what you thought was going on when the ghost was away is not what you made up in your head or what you had to presume because you had no communication. I actually feel like the actual situation is really different. I also feel like love messages are so interesting. I get so many different downloads of different scenarios. So do see which one feels like it's you. And I am getting that for some of you, you're not going to feel like some of these messages are you, and you're going to have an aha moment later and you're like, wow, I didn't think that was for me. But I do feel like for some of you, somebody comes back but really changed somehow for the better. I feel like somebody did some like shadow work, or changed some even unhealthy habits, or something that was even like a repeating cycle or habit that they always did. And I feel like somewhere behind a closed door, maybe because of your inspiration or how your maybe love even, I'm getting inspired someone. They made some big changes, but they had to be changes that somebody wanted to change, not do them because you asked, or maybe inspired by you, but somebody had to have that true desire to change because they wanted to. What else? What's another message, please, and thank you. And ghosting and unexpected. I feel like we should get some, I'm gonna grab the hidden truth and love truth for you guys to get some like actual thoughts and feelings. You do have something coming in. Somebody is showing up on a rain date, or you're talking about another date or a certain event or something like that, and this is actions that follow words. Maybe it starts with a phone call. You set a date to meet up, but this is somebody, whatever I just said before, and someone coming back but being really different. This is somebody coming back and not just talking about how they want to put in the effort. This is somebody who shows up and really wants you to see the effort, either that they made overall in their life, but I feel like it involves you and where you are when this happens. It's somebody who wants to court you. If this is not the same person here and that ghost has left the building, this is somebody that some of you meet that is brand new, that you don't have to be in that anxiety or question yourself or wonder what happened or what the person's thinking or what they're doing behind that closed door for so long, why they didn't text you back. I feel like this is somebody where that effort actually feels effortless. It feels very peaceful, whoever this is coming in for you. This is somebody who's maybe pretty responsible. Looks like they want to set up an appointment to have another date with you. I just heard an appointment with your destiny. This is meeting in person. So for some of you, if you maybe even meet on an app, you have some unexpected, awesome conversations with somebody. I feel like you shouldn't wait too long to actually meet that person, because if you are on an app, I am getting that for some of you, or something like that, and you start texting for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, longer, you're giving all of this time for someone to make up how they perceive you to be in their mind. And I feel like there's something about meeting them sooner so they can see your face, feel your vibes, be in your energy, and then when they continue to have conversations with you, it's more directly connected to who you actually are, not just your picture and your words. Yeah, I feel like you're also going to start dating this person more and more because you have a good time with them. If some of you go out and that unexpected energy is a dud, like you're just like you don't even want to get to the end of the date, I feel like that's okay. I feel like you're still learning more about yourself. For some of you, you might meet someone, have no chemistry, but actually have a pretty good friend coming in. I feel like it's all about that communication, though. Also, I feel like, all right, so some of you might go on a date, and I'm kind of getting, for some of you, I don't think this is the person you're going to connect with. I feel like some of you might go out with someone and maybe they're really interesting. Maybe they got a lot going on in their life, but I feel like they're lacking questions towards you. So you're sitting there listening to them, but they don't really ask you anything about yourself. I feel like the one you're connect to is not just like, hey, do you have any brothers or sisters? Or, hey, you know, what do you do as a living? I feel like this is a person that's going to ask you some really interesting questions, like good questions that get a good conversation going, that even get you thinking, not kind of surface level questionnaire kind of things. I'm not getting that. This is somebody who's different. That's why you want to see them more. It's like every time you get to see this person and talk to them, it actually gets more interesting. But you're only going to get to know this person by spending more time with them. For some of you, it could be somebody that talks a lot or maybe doesn't talk at all because they are a little nervous if they really like you. If that lightning bolt is a lot of chemistry that they feel, you know, and if you kind of feel the same way, but you're not quite sure, why was that person so quiet? Or, you know, why did they not stop talking? And then you go on another date and they're exactly the same way, then maybe that's your answer. But if it's maybe just that cover page was a little nervous, maybe if, you know, the vibes feel right, give someone another chance and then see. Absolutely trust yourself. You're going to know what vibes are right for you. It does say for some of you it's a rendezvous, courtship, getting to know each other. Maybe some of you connect to like the holidays, or are born on the 25th, or December birthday, or it's something that you talk about that relates to the holidays. It doesn't have to be, you know, December. It can be the next holiday coming up. Let's get you some messages from, let's see. Let's get you some of these. And just see what would be helpful for you to know on perhaps somebody that doesn't open up right away. So this could be from a new person, but the way that these are set up, usually it's somebody that you already know. So see how it resonates. What are some thoughts, feelings, and messages? I looked at that at 18. That would be helpful for the collective to know today. Please and thank you. I wish I could have treated you better before. So whether that's the ghost that's left the building, left the premises, out of your life, or the ghost that returns, this is somebody that almost didn't even have self-awareness of how they were treating you. They couldn't have done any different because they didn't really know any better. I am getting that was because they were just so used to doing something in a certain manner, or always around the same kind of partners or relationships, and it's just the way it was done until they met you. So it's also somebody that maybe with distance or without your energy, maybe even dating somebody else, that they let someone really beautiful slip through their fingers. And it's really sad that it took I'm getting them kind of messing everything up. But it is all about self-responsibility. So even if this person did mess a lot up, You have to have your own self-responsibility with the role you did or did not play in that situation. Was it a red flag that you kind of ignored? Was it that you saw the best in this person, but kind of gave them, you know, a little free pass on their actions? Was it that you have boundaries that you know about, but you didn't speak up? There's always self-responsibility in every situation. It's not just always on one side of the coin. So that's important too. I wish I could have treated you better before. It does look like somebody values you, but I don't think that their actions showed that in the past. Hold on, I'll be right back. I think somebody's at my door. All right, let's get some more thoughts and feelings from your person's higher self. What else do they want the collective to know right now? I am reminded of you by so many things. I hope that someday you will forgive me and you speak to me through music. So for some of you, this person is hearing you in every single song that they play. For some of you, this is somebody getting synchronistic messages on certain songs that were meaningful to both of you, or that perhaps you sent them in the past. It's like they walk in the grocery store, they hear the song, they turn the radio on, they hear your song. They look at somebody else's phone of even music they are listening to, and that's that song. I feel like there is one song in particular. This is somebody who hopes you will forgive them. They're thinking about you a lot. It's not just the music. They're looking at like the menu and seeing what you would order or what they would have ordered for you. They're looking at television shows or subjects that come on their phone, YouTube or something like that that you talked about. They're looking at, I don't know, they think they see your car. They're looking at places that you used to frequent or talked about going on dates at. I actually feel like this person is thinking about the times that you never got to have, as well as the memories you made. Let's get one more, because I feel like we should focus for some of you on this new energy that's coming in. And we'll also ask about what's going on for those of you that have somebody coming back. I do feel like somebody wants to apologize to you. Somebody knows they have to apologize to you. Somebody is aware of their own actions in a situation. Somebody thinks that they messed up. They feel bad. They mistreated you. They said the wrong thing. They didn't say anything at all. They said they were going to do something and didn't follow through. Let's continue. Let's go to let's do these. This is the Tarot of the Sacred Heart, something like that. This is a really old deck of cards. I don't use it very often. Let's clarify ghosting, unexpected, and it's a date. I like that energy. That energy feels good. Actually, this one kind of feels good too. But I'm going to put all of these over here, because I feel like those specific messages are for different groups of you. So let's let's clarify ghosting. What would be helpful to know about this ghosting energy? Somebody having some loud silence or a lot of thoughts in their head, but they don't speak up. A lot of feels in their heart, but they don't know how to process what they feel. Clarify ghosting, please. Wow. You have the Ace of, it's like the Ace of Pentacles. That's actually a very solid offer. Maybe somebody made you that solid offer, but didn't start to plant that seed in the garden. It's strengthening bonds. For some of you, maybe you thought you had strong roots, and that's why a ghosting situation like really took a toll on you. But I kind of feel this strengthening happened in you. If there is somebody coming back unexpected, they're coming in with a tangible, real, solid offer. And I don't feel like they're going to come through half-ass, or they're not going to come at all. Let's see. Clarify unexpected. That's the World. Maybe some of you are unexpectedly meeting somebody from a different part of the world, or meeting somebody or finding something out, having a conversation that changes your world, that actually brings you a new chapter where you can take this solid offer, this beautiful seed of potential, and plant it in the earth, root it in reality to make something flourish. You have a whole orchard there and a clear pathway in front of you. Maybe for some of you, you do meet somebody on the web. You have the world of opportunity here. This is also, there's a heart that has roots in it, in the center of the earth. It's also your heart chakra that is open and glowing, just like the sun. And there's something about your vibration, your halo, your aura, almost like sunshine, thinking clearly. Connecting to the right people in the world overall in your life. And this is letting something go. If it's a past cycle, opening your arms to that beautiful feeling of the Fool, the unknown. You're not sure what's going to happen, but you're open to all of it. It's a big energy. It's my big take a bow. That last chapter was amazeballs, or that last chapter was a doozy, but you're absolutely looking towards that portal of what is to come. So clarify it's a date. What would be helpful to know on it's a date, please? Yeah, you got the Wheel of Fortune. It looks like fortune's on your side. Go with the flow. As you know, each page turns. This is also where you are not just sticking a little toe in there. You're actually like wading in the water of an emotional situation. You have this compass here, that clear direction. But when the wheel spins, the best place to be is in the center. Find that center point between as above and so below, as within, so without. Then no matter how this spins, no matter what it's like, maybe one date is amazing and it goes just perfect, like a little storybook, you know, like a fairy tale. And then maybe another date is kind of a little bit weird. But you're going to learn a lot about yourself, that person, and how you are together on all of that. So as those cycles change, go with the changes. You do have luck on your side. You do have something where it's kind of destiny coming in here. Maybe 1021, 121, 10-1, 110, 125, 1025. Let's continue. I want to get you a message. So let's go to the universe. Also, because I pulled these here, you do have to embrace and be open to something that's unexpected. So be in that vibration where your expectations are for the absolute best to come in for you where you are now in your cycle, and be open that it might, like the story inside the book might be juicier than the tattered and torn cover on the outside. Also, if it's a beautiful, cover, but then the story's kind of bland. It's interesting. I just saw a book that's like that thick, but then there's only 2 pages that have anything on them in the inside. So it's not really that interesting of a story. Or it could be that those 2 pages are only a couple of pages that you have had the opportunity to write, and maybe those blank pages are you being the narrator and you being in that story as it unfolds. So kind of here, don't get too ahead of yourself. Is there another message from the universe? Well, you do have the Wheel of Fortune here, and it looks like you're going to be celebrating something very special soon. It's not that far away. You're going to be so full of joy and happiness, it will almost seem you are kind of out of that world there. It will almost seem out of this world. Wow, look at this. How suddenly it all happens for you. Be ready for it. I just said something about expectations, but like the happy, vibrating, high kind of expectations that something's coming, but you're not gonna like put it in a little box. It has to be a certain thing. Hit all the little check marks. It's different than that. It's bigger. It's like the universe of possibilities. Expect it because, well, it's happening. That's pretty deliberate and solid. It's a date. So maybe this is something destined, written in the stars for you. But you have to also be a part of meeting something halfway. Say you got that invitation to that party you're supposed to meet somebody at, and you don't show up. Maybe you're delaying something that was supposed to happen sooner. I feel like if there was any kind of delay, something's not on hold anymore. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with how you are flowing differently. I just heard really loud, get back out there. Even if that's not dating, and that's just, I don't know, finding a new hobby, picking up an old hobby that you forgot about. I actually do see somebody kind of walking in nature. Maybe you're starting a garden or something like that. Doing something in your community. get back out there. That was so loud, that message. Give it 2. Well, we did start with a love reading, and you have relationships coming through. Oh, I definitely need my glasses. Teeny tiny. I said whatever I just said about community. The first word is literally community. So for some of you, maybe you meet somebody at a meetup or some kind of class that you're taking in the community, an event. I see like a concert or a flea market, a farmer's market, something like that. I see jars of honey. I actually see cucumbers. It has something to do with cucumbers, maybe pickles. I just saw French fries. I don't know why I'm seeing all this food. Peaches. I just thought of that song by presidents of the United States, right? Millions of peaches, peaches for me. Millions of peaches, peaches for free. Such a weird song to come through. Connection, support, friendship, and new beginnings. This is definitely a new beginning. It's a pretty real, solid beginning. It does require effort, though. Reflect on your roles in your relationships. So it's looking at your self-responsibility of the role you played in all of your relationships, not just the love land ones. This card may be signaling that you need the support of a community to overcome a challenge, or that you're ready to embrace new friendships or a meaningful partnership. In what ways can you strengthen your current relationships or open yourself up to new connections? Somebody wants to hang out with you or suggests you do something together. You have to say, yes, okay, why not, with open arms. And maybe you don't have romantic interest in that person. But what if you go to the spa and then across the fancy pool that has the jets that get on your back over there is somebody you do meet because you said yes to that friend to have a good time? Why not? Not doing anything else on Tuesday, let's go. It's saying yes more and more, and that opens up more and more doors. Because it's that hallway thing. Sometimes it's not that one thing that you're like, nah, that wasn't the person for me. You know, I don't know if that would have worked out. But if, you know, you vibe well, this is not somebody who makes you feel uncomfortable, but, you know, if you kind of groove together and you get along, whoever it is, whether it's somebody interested in you or vice versa, or just a friend or out by yourself, say yes to yourself. Say yes more often and see where it leads you. Even if it takes you to a hallway. Who knows how many open doors are in that other hallway? But you got to get to the hallway first to see where the open doors are. Reach out to someone today. You got homework from the angel numbers here. Who could use your support, or explore a new social opportunity that aligns with your values? I think that's a little bigger than homework for you. I feel like that's how to get through that door. That's how something that's going to start to happen for you. Even if this ghost comes back sometime in the future, right now, don't ghost your own heart, your own opportunities, your own lucky blessings and destiny that wants to come in. Value your own path right now and yourself, and just overall start to do things that you get excited about. That alone is going to affect your vibrations so that you're going to connect to all kinds of amazing people. And or if some of you do want somebody to come back, it's you being in that healthy energy and filling up your own cup that puts you in the right vibration, where if some of you are really attached or deeply connected to someone else, they're not constantly feeling your energy and hurt and going through it. They're feeling your energy healing and getting better, and you're sending that energy for them to heal and get better back. So if you are reconnecting, for some of you, with someone else, you're going to reconnect not two wounded souls or hurting one another or confusing one another. You're connecting in a different manner, so that this time that foundation is fertile. This time those roots can grow deeper than even before. And this time something will unfold throughout the seasons so that you can get to experience that harvest, you know, that blossoming. Let's get some mystery. I brought this here, so let's get some mystery messages today. What are some mystery messages helpful for the collective? I just said something about blossoming, the garden. Pluck the thorns and smell the roses. I like that because it's like two sides of the coin. Roses are gorgeous, but sometimes you have to pluck off those thorns so you can handle something with care. And sometimes something even beautiful, you know, has thorns. It's not always, I'm getting like it's not always being a complete softie because you want to be really nice. Sometimes you got to show some teeth. Sometimes you got to set those boundaries. Sometimes those thorns are important. But if there are a lot of thorns in your life and you're not weeding that garden, for some of you, those might be thorns you need to rid of and put in that old baggage that you're going to leave behind before you enter into this brand new cycle that's to come. I hope that made sense. Well, this is one of the things that is not going to be coming through in that new cycle. So even though this is a weird energy, I feel like this helped you gain a lot of clarity about yourself, on what you deserve in relationships, and you're not going to be in a situation again where you keep accepting empty promises. I looked at that exactly at 22. This is where somebody wants to, where is it? Follow through and put in the effort behind the things that were promised. Maybe that's you too. Maybe you said you'd go do something with a friend, and then you're always busy, you're always at work, or you don't really feel like going out. So maybe there's that energy of your role in everything here. So that's not just about somebody else not following through. What is something that you told somebody that you would do with them, and then you had an excuse, or you didn't show up? That's also an empty promise, because this is also human. But do you recognize any of those promises you didn't really, you know, follow through with that rain check for? And can you change that today? Can you at least think about it and then reevaluate how your actions will maybe be different in that new cycle to come? Self-awareness and reflection, you know, that inner change inside of you changes everything in your life. But if you don't have awareness of it, you don't know it's something that needs to be changed. Looks like you got 2 flames of passion coming in. Maybe some of you absolutely are going to be connecting to somebody that's really special. A divine partnership, Or for some of you, that's already a bond in your life, in your soul, that you know without a doubt. But there was a lot of healing and changes that needed to happen in reality land for that to come through right. What else? Ooh, somebody wants your answer. What did your homework say? Reach out to someone today. Maybe you're paying attention to who is answering and who is not. Maybe somebody does need an answer from you, not just an excuse and an empty promise. Because you are the star in their life, or this is you in the starring role. This is you being guided. Wow, my tongue just got caught. Getting guidance, getting guided. Elevating like a star. Vibrating and pulsing like a star. Maybe this is a wish come through if this is a shooting star. And that's also healing. One more. Well, what's the thing you're going to get amazingly excited about? What did it say? You're going to be celebrating something very soon. You're going to be so full of joy and happiness. It will almost seem, wait, out of this world. There's your star. How suddenly it happens for you. Be ready for it. Expect it. It's happening. How beautiful does that feel? That this person you are connecting to or will absolutely loves your soul. That's pretty deep. Not just that you had pretty clothes or a fun laugh. This is somebody who loves who you are. You know, not what you do or what you have accomplished. This is really, really deep and different. Beautiful. That is beautiful. So let's go to this one, because this one is a little bit different. It's kind of like the Hermit Tarot, but I like that it has messages, and it seems to be messages towards who's ever reading the cards from somebody else. But my Virgo self is feeling this is super unorganized. Also synchronistic. They kind of look like each other. Maybe it is green. Maybe it is about the heart chakra right now. I'm going to organize this. Find my actual pause this time. I'll be right back. All right, let's get some final messages that would be helpful overall for you to know. To sum this reading up, what would be helpful for the collective to know when it comes to relationships, coming in, coming back, balance. Something's coming back into balance. I am now able to maintain a calm reaction under stressful events. Each day I feel closer to you and ready to start a healthy relationship. Temperance, the divine masculine, the divine feminine coming together as one, protected by the divine, stripped of heavy impurities and transmuted into an energy a little more like gold. So this is a chance for you right now to find that balance within you. Guess what that is? The world is in your hands. Be open to all possibilities abundance coming your way, a new beginning ahead. All my life, I was trying to fill the void inside me by doing more. But now that I found myself, I feel complete and see extras as blessings. The world. And apparently I put this upright, so this is our final message. Guess what's coming in your next chapter? Your wish come true and many more to come. 9 of Cups. I feel grateful for everything in my life, especially you. I want to enjoy more happy times together. And I love how we're ending on that. Where's your flames? And I didn't know that these got sassy. Of course, I'm blushing at the end of this reading. I'm going to read the whole thing again. I feel grateful for everything in my life, especially you. I want to enjoy more happy times together and make love all night. All night long. Oh, babe, all night long. I can't quite get the song. All night long, baby. 9 of Cups. With this, I bid you adieu. I love you, and I feel grateful for you to be in my life. I hope this reading was helpful today, and I very much look forward to seeing you soon. I love you so much. I'll see you soon.